Tarumbeta italia katika anga.
Like this. That is how the trumpet will sound.
Iko Nini. So one of the biggest stories this year, naweza sema hivyo, ama last week, ilikuwa ni story na Opande versus udem anaitwa Naipei. And what ended up happening is kuna mse mmoja anaitwa Mosiria ule alibaki ametokea, and alikuwa the hero. Najua alikuwa the hero in this situation. Alikuwa anatuambia vile we need justice for Naipei, and things move super fast. And vile videos may move super fast, nezataka kujua like what does Mosiria have to say, because this is the guy who unakumbuka nikireact to story yote nilikuwa nabonga juu the fact that what was pissing me off is the fact that I felt like he was coaching the girl. So remember that like infamous post of his ilikuwa ni justice for Marion Naipei in Ket. I never knew this lady, but I chose to support her, not because I lacked the option to join those criticizing her, but because my integrity, conscience and sound mind would not allow me to stay silent. I knew that what she was subjected to was wrong. What was done to her, being recorded without consent and exposed to the world, was cruel, degrading and unlawful. I stood with her because it was the right thing to do. So alibaki amedo this whole post, and then what happened, there was the like video that they did, and this girl just could not stop crying. And I remember nikireact to hiyo nikisema zile za she's acting, na kuna wase kadhaa walibaki wamejam na mimi about that. But then what happens after some time, vitu zikatokea. This happened on Thursday, yes, the 29th of January 2026. I don't know Mkenya alibaki amejua, but somehow wase walienda po figure out that who dem waga ana act nopo online. And damn, because I think the rumor first was that you are gonna an OnlyFans account, na kwa hii OnlyFans account waga anafanya hizo nude whatever, najua nudity, waga anado hizo vitu, but that's not actually the case. So kuna hiyo website, wasa walikuwa na share the website itself, and wacha nitake opportunity kujitetea. Yes, ni ukweli kuwa niliona hiyo video, lakini niliona hiyo video kama Mkristo. Kwa naiona ndio nimuombe, ongeza hiyo extra e. Alafu nilikuwa naiona for research purposes, and after kuona hiyo video for research purposes, wale naweza sema ni ashindwe. Hey, shenzi, damn, ode miko ndethe chamika miku huku jo, anatumia nini fulani inakaa kizungu jo, anacheza nayo hapo. Naweza taka kujua vile nani ameanalyze story because sija check vile anaitwa nani Malcolm ameanalyze hiyo story, because damn, I was there like ule dem alikuwa analia, ule the whole world ilikuwa like up in arms ikisema. So ye mwenyewe, because one of the things ilikuwa inasemekana ni amekuwa exposed in a way that was degrading, but sasa tuna find out that ini kitu ye mwenyewe yofanyaga alikuwa anaifanya for money, alikuwa anaji-expose. And I think most probably alimit mse mwingine anaitwa nani, walimit huko. So that's why the guy was treating her without respect. Hizo za unatembea bila ngodha, bila nini. So it's very interesting. So saizi kile nataka kujua ni what does Mosiria have to say for himself? Because remember the way Mosiria alitokea. Mosiria alikuwa like udem amefanyiwa kitu hafai kufanyiwa, udem sijui nini. So now what happens? What happens when you find out that you didn't have the whole story, and that nudity is part of her life? That's how she makes her living, and there's nothing wrong with that. She's an adult, and adults should be allowed to make adult decisions. But for you to come out and say that amekuwa exposed and this is the worst thing, what about madhake? Saizi tujiulize, budaki atakuwa more traumatized na nini? The videos zile alikuwa anafanya peke yake, ama hii video ya Opande? Which one would be more traumatizing? And this is one of the things that inafanya Mosiria na kaka clown. Like, you work for the county government, there's so much good you can do for this city, but you decide all that has to take a back seat because you need to be a content creator, Na pia as a content creator, at least one of the things you can do is come out and apologize, because umse vile alifanya tukafeel juu dem, and najua, and the worst thing about hii story yote ni pia dem mwenyewe. Like one of the things that you should have done ni kuenda chini ya maji. Jua si kutry because people will dig into your past, especially if you have that page. Go delete that page. Hopefully hakuna mtu ashai record. But yeah, so nilibaki nimewatch your video and yeah, I was wondering like, damn, zile vitu mnaendea online, because mimi pia ni kitu sijai understand. Watu ulipia vitu kama hizo kwa nini? Like ziko free. Kuna website fulani nishaiambiaga hapa jo. Inaitwa P, inaanza na P na iko na hub hapo mwisho. Inakuwaga free, like why the hell would I pay you? But Udem of course alisaidia watu wengi, because I think alisaidia Mosiria and his fake fight to look like he's a savior, because he's always trying to be a savior. Mosiria anakuwaga so narcissistic that it's interesting. When I remember going to his page, sasa nikitafuta kuona kama ameapologize history ya Udem, and all I could see was this dude retweeting things of him. Like wacha tuangalie some of the titles ali retweet. Ilikuwa ni Mosiria scares Mutura lovers after nabbing rotten meat being sold. Hiyo ni ya KTV, K24. Hapa K24 I want to know. They post too much about him. Then kwa Eastleigh Voice ulikuwa ni Nairobi County Chief Officer for Citizen Engagement Mosiria has denied eyeing a political seat in 2027. Not bad. Alafu kulikuwa na nini tena? Ghetto Radio alikuwa amebonga juu yake kupatia na help kwa mse fulani kupata job, which was a good thing, but still he's the one retweeting. Then kwa ni Chief Officer Mosiria secures a job for a graduate who has stomached for 10 years. Okay, hiyo ni yeye. Then ingine usimdharau street family chokora sikiao yaja. I checked on the tree, a man who was once seen as someone with no future, with no hope on the streets. I rescued him from Jogo Road, where he'd been living on top of a tree after life pushed him to the streets. So of course hapa alifanya kitu poa. I have to give him credit. Yeah, na ka tree man, izataka kujua kadem alikuja kanaingiaje kwa history yote, but I guess I can't, sina time ya kwenda kufuatilia. But wacha niangalie zile vitu ameretweet. Yes, ameretweet ingine bado K24. So K24 wananikuuliza this person who always writes about Mosiria, like what's up? Ilikuwa ni huruma ni estate. Mosiria shocked after man caught 6 single mothers. Okay, sawa. Ile moja ilinishtua, kuna story mpaka ya tattoos hapa. Then kakuwa ni Mosiria once again rescued this young boy. This was a good thing. Umtoi kwa sababu kuna napigwa na budake. Kuna vitu zingine si budake. I don't know. Then K24 still. Mosiria warns against consumption of unhygienic mtura. K24. Like what's up K24? Yeah, kila kitu ni Mosiria this, Mosiria that. K24 bado. Mosiria calls for cancer to be declared national emergency after a viral video of ailing woman. You work for the county government. You work for the county government. You can do something about it. Kameme, which I guess ni connected na K24, ikakuwa ni Geoffrey Mosiria gotara anakena kumera na okay mutahikie aito mashorete tattoo. Okay, Mosiria's advice on men marrying ladies with tattoos. Mutahikie, that's marry. Aito mashorete wale wamechora tattoo. Okay, sawa. Then K24 still, Mosiria has given his take on what men should consider before marrying ladies with tattoos. Mosiria, shut the f*** up. No one needs your advice on marrying someone with tattoos. Tattoos used to be this thing that was associated with criminals, but right now everyone has tattoos. Like squeezy na kuaga harder kupata demana tattoos kushinda ule iko na tattoos, especially come to urban girls. Of course mademu wa Ocha it's a whole other story, and wakikuja Nairobi of course pia utakuwa tandika tattoo. And so I don't know, but does tattoo na character ya mtu go hand in hand? No, it's tattoo ni, you know, it's just something that came up. It's I don't know if it's a fad or what, but it's there, and people have tattoos. And yes, if they need advice, I don't think they need advice from Mosiria. Like what sort of experience that Mosiria have? Ama working for the county government somehow has made him know juu ya tattoos, and he has this expertise that none of us have. It's bullshit. Then kakwa Mosiria says young people should pause and think and reflect on some hard truths people rarely talk about before getting tattoos. Which one? K24. So K24, calling you out, man. Mosiria has now said that Arsenal play for enjoyment and not focus on winning. K24. Mosiria has explained that he rescued the child and took him to the police station where matters were formally reported. K24. Mosiria predicts Arsenal will crush Manchester United 2-0. K24. Oh, Capital FM at least. Mosiria warns of possible cartels behind night road accidents. So say he has some sort of deal na K24 and they have to keep reporting him in some positive way. So that's Mosiria for you. I really want to see what he's going to say after hii video au dem kukulik. Yes. Does he still have the same views on Opande? Ama saizi yuko na the same views lakini shingo upande? I don't know. So kuna hiyo. But tukitoka hapo kuna story gani tena? Kuna hii story nilicheki. Kuna video niko na watch. That is. Na ni video ni ya ubuda anaitwa Tinubu. Tinubu ni president wa Nigeria. And at some point I thought it was AI. Because unamcheki na ule president wa Turkey and they are walking and you can see he's confused. Kuna huyo president ni mpaka anamwambia like buda unafaa kusimama hivi. So kuna hiyo. Alafu at some point he starts walking. Hapa niko nafikiria amegongwa na kameramani. Hakugongwa na kameramani. Usikia kugongwa na kameramani. Hii kitu imekuwa looked at from different angles. Na hakugongwa na kameramani. And it's sad because this guy is old. And now raya za Nigeria, unajua raya za Nigeria umuitaga T-Pain jo. So zinashare picha zake. Zimezoom in mpaka the face that he made akianguka. Imekuwa circled red. And I'm sorry, man. I know it's an old man and I'm not supposed to laugh. But I'm laughing because, number one, inasemekanaga Nigerians didn't want this guy. He was rigged in. Alafu number two, like, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you doing? Just stay in your country. So kulikuwa na hiyo angle moja jo ile ameshtuka kuna meno hapo. Alafu kuna the same angle from very far. This time ameenda Turkey. Alafu unajua niko sure ile raya Turkey kuna shindo. Sasa huyu amekuja kufanya nini hapa? Nachiki. And I don't know, man. That's just Africa for you. All these old presidents. Kuna bia na kuwaga yuko na ni dementia. Yura yawaga mpaka ina sao place iko. Putaka tu imekaa pahali iko like Iko Nini. What the hell is going on here? So kuna huyo alafu just Africa for you, man. These leaders and of course ira ya next door inaitwa Museveni. Achiki natembeaga na mask kila pahali kwa sinaogopa kudedi. So we have that. But at least the interesting thing inshallah nikikam to these African leaders ni apparently because umadha anaitwa Samia aliingia kama nani hajamaliza like half of his term. Anaitwa nani? Ubuda alikufa. Magufuli means that she can't run again. So this was her last. And she really made sure that she wrote down her name in blood. Tukitoka hapo kuna hii story. Kenyan businesswoman carrying 9.3 million cash in her bag robbed by fake cops in Mumbai, India. Sikia hiyo 9.3 million shillings in cash. I'd want to know, why would you walk around with 9.3 million in cash? Ini biashara gani unadu? Especially in a foreign country. That's what I'd want to know. Yes. So mother mwenyewe inasemekana anaitwa nani? Anaitwa what's her name? She's called Sumaiya Muhammad Abadi. Yes. So Sumaiya Muhammad Abadi, she was walking around na hiyo pesa yote. Alafu fake cops wakabaki wamemstop masaiza Mumbai. But hii story stayona apart from kenyans.co.ke, that's the closest to credible news that I've seen it. I've only seen it in like some funny websites. Okay, pia kilikuwa kwa TNX Africa. I guess maybe it might be a credible story. But it's just interesting. And Kenyan trader loses 9.3 to fake police officers in Mumbai. So, how did they know? Most probably the people she was doing business with ndio walimset up, wakasema kuna mtu anatembea na atakuwa na hard cash. And I think tuna live in the digital age, and I don't care where you are. If you have to deal with a lot of money in cash, wacha ikae na cheki, like wacha ikae. And if I can get it in India, because of garments, I think you should be able to get it in other parts of Asia and aka China, but I don't know. But hiyo ilikuwa ni story moja nilifind ikiwa interesting sana. Although damn, wacha nisome hii ya TNX, ilikuwa ni ya 26-year-old Kenyan garment trader has lost more than 9.3 million. Hiyo ni 66.45 lakh, kama ni laki, after being robbed by two men posing as police officer in Mumbai, India. According to the Hindustan Times, the victim, Sumaiya Muhammad Abadi, was traveling in a cab along MG Road in the Fort area on Tuesday afternoon when the suspects, who were riding a motorcycle, intercepted the vehicle. Claiming to be police officers, the two men searched the cab and confiscated bags containing large sums of cash that Abadi was carrying to purchase garments from wholesale traders. They then instructed her to report to the nearest police station before fleeing the scene with the money. You can try and imagine how much they spoiled her day, man. Pole kwa Hamadi, and I guess that's the risk of business. Unajua bila so unakwambiaga you need to take risks, you need to invest, you need to what. Hopefully that was not all her stock. Kama hiyo ilikuwa stock yake yote. Now what happens to her? Now what happens to her? How does she recover from all this? I don't know, man. That's just sad. And India apparently wasote mena hiyo pesa yote, because at least kwa wachinku kile nasikiaga ni huko kona deal nao, lazima deal nao. Think ni WeChat, and that's digital money basically. Huko inasemekanaga hakuna stories za physical money, it's just digital, and I prefer that. History ya hard cash, damn, losing 9.3 million. I just try to think about that, like damn. Do you know how much 9.3 million is? Let me give you an example. 9.3 million shillings inamaanisha unaweza nunua ile jacket yawa Ruto ya 7.5 million na bado bakisha 1.8 million. That's how much 9.3 million is. Ama for the rest of us, unaweza nunua gari ya kifahari, na ulipe insurance na mafuta na kila kitu. 9.3 million. Ama a better example, you can buy a piece of land and build a beautiful house for 9.3 million. That just went. That's the price of business, especially business in a foreign country. Iko Nini. Najua mwaka ni mpya, lakini injili ni ile LemFi. So kama uko US, uko UK, uko Canada, ama uko the UAE na unataka kutuma do Kenya, baki umechangamka, ingia LemFi, utabaki umepata the most competitive rates. Lakini apart from that, on your first transaction ya $100 or more, utapata $20 sign up reward. So unangoja nini? Baki umechangamka, chap ingia LemFi. LemFi, international payments for everyone. Iko Nini.